The 28th day of April 2022. And what a great little bunch of news stories we've got ready for you here. Well, actually, not really. I got a few. I have a bit of a chat with DK about certain things and see how the show goes. This is Amos Sewn, number 15. Haven't been banned yet, but yeah, we'll see what we can do about that. Anyway, what are the news sort of things that have been happening lately? You've heard about this Twitter thing with some bloke wanting to buy it out. Elon, he's a Starship captain or something, he thinks, or something like that. Anyway, he's taking over Twitter. I don't really use Twitter, so I don't really know much about it, but they reckon he's going to clean it up, change the algorithms and make it freedom of speech is back. Is everyone excited? Can't hear you. Oh, probably because it's highly unlikely that anything's going to change. He may do whatever he's going to do, but well, he's a bit of a poster boy, I think, isn't he? Who knows? Hmm. Anyway, thirsty work this. Cheers. Right. I was watching The Drum, a TV show here in Australia the other night. It's sort of like a newsish show there where they sort of, it's supposed to be like commentary and entertainment, like almost as entertaining as this show, but they've got big stars and people who are journalists and things like that. And yeah, well, they had a couple of different stories, and they were both about the opposing political parties here in Australia, our election sort of thing, and they were both almost identical. They were just putting a. They really weren't saying much in general about any policy or anything, but they were positive for both of them. There was no. Do you call that impartiality? I call it propaganda. Yes, but I I find it a pain to watch a lot of the mainstream media, but I do because well, you want to find out for certain what the opposition's doing, shall we say? I watch a bit of alternative media too, and I recommend everyone else if you're spending time on front of your YouTube channel or just Facebook or anything like that, search around. There's a lot of information about these things, the world as it is, because well, I'm a bit worried. World's turning to shit, but maybe shit'll be good. Hmm, maybe not. Yeah. But so I'm a bit negative today. But don't worry, sun will come out soon. Anyway, speaking of sun, uh, this has nothing to do with the sun actually. um, there's I saw an item of the ABC today that was about the Australian Navy is buying these boats supposedly, like medium sort of cruiser type things, sort of thing. And the deal's been going on for years, and the top brass has finally just said the other day, nah, don't like these. Let's can it. I want to go back to dealing with America because these ships came from Britain. And the big deal that's been going on for years. The boats are supposedly being built in South Australia. Uh, $400 billion or $40 billion. 40 something $billion maybe. I'm not sure, but it's a bit of money. And now they're going to throw it all in the scrap heap because some senior uh, retired uh, retired sort of sailor, or high up sailor, decided he didn't like them, and well, found out later in this article that I read that because he's good friends with the powerful elite in the United States Army, and all of a sudden he's promoting that they get the boats from the States. Isn't that funny? Sounds a little bit like remember the submarine situation that was going on not too long ago? Submarines are Collins class, the ones to replace it, or going to be built in Spain or something somewhere over there, and all of a sudden, nah, we're going to get nuclear-powered ones from the States. Could you make this up? Not really. This is our defence forces sort of thing, and well, the defence. There's going to be some defence happening soon. They need all the guns because well, tensions rising. What's happening over in Europe at the moment? Russia and the place next door used to be part of Russia apparently, and well, the whole landmass design over there has been changing, evolving for forever. Once upon a time there was a place there called Tartaria. Look it up. Anyway, might bring my mate DK on and have a bit of a chat and see what is happening in New Zealand. So, just click the button here and you should be on the screen. DK, you there?
How's it going?
Yeah, very well. Say again?
Yeah, behind your head though, by the angle of the camera, where I am, TV behind you, I'm hidden by your head.
Oh, well. Oh, yeah, well, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. How you going, DK?
The more you lean to your left, I think.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
there. Things about. Yeah, that. You all see DK, anyway. So, DK, is there anything happening in New Zealand lately?
No, not that I'm aware of. Oh, wait. Other than the Marsden Point refinery trying to be shut down, that's still going on. There's a protest up there about that.
You still have?
It's our only global refinery in the whole country, and by itself it could produce 78% of our fuel and energy needs. So they want to close that down and stop importing fuel from Russia.
Yeah, well, we shut down our oil refineries years ago.
We already pay so much for fuel, it's not funny.
That's right, yeah.
Our prices for fuel are incredible.
Mm-hmm.
What do we pay? I haven't filled up like a week or two.
Yeah.
And this is after they dropped the price by 25 cents. They said everyone in New Zealand needs a break, so they dropped it by 25 cents. Within a week, it had gone back up 20 cents.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they did a similar thing here in Australia.
I think we're paying like $2.77 or something a litre.
Mm.
For those in America, you basically quadruple it.
Yeah.
We're paying, what does that make it? $2.77 times 4.
4.5 litres of gallons there.
That's right.
Yeah.
8 times 4 and then later.
Yeah, the audio's not coming through real good there. Can't really hear you too well, sort of thing. And
I'm thinking. I'm sort of mumbling because I'm thinking. I'm trying to sit like.
No, it's a pretty bad audio thing coming through the channel, mate. Might actually let's go off video and see if that changes the bandwidth. Pity though, because I like the new video. I love your background. See that, folks? He's living in a well, not living, but he's in a tropical scene. Yeah.
Stupidest one I could find.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll just come over here, you mouse.
Turn the video off.
Yeah. Your mouse is.
It's actually playing, like the audio's coming through fine here. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty broken up here.
Okay.
Your mouse doesn't work. Go away, you.
It's technical difficulty. It's a technical difficulties.
Here we go.
Noted on every single person's shows who've been doing live streams and shit, there's been a lot more technical difficulties lately.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
signals load or something, and they're listening to everything we say, and shit's getting, just slowed down so they can through it all or something.
Yeah.
There's I've noticed shit happening on so many. It's not funny.
Yeah, I've been thinking whether it's bandwidth situation here. Like this is all done wirelessly, sort of thing. But when I first moved here, which is like a couple of years ago, sort of thing, it was pretty good. You know, it was sort of there was I could, but I guess I'm doing more these days. But well, the last couple of streams have been broken up into two bits. There was one in on YouTube, number 12, I think it was. It would end up being 5 different shows on Odyssey, or not Odyssey, Twitter. That, but I recorded it all and then I uploaded it to YouTube, sort of thing. But yeah, it was. But
Yeah, well, see, I think Twitter breaks them down to like 2.5 minutes or 3 minutes or something, doesn't it? And that's the problem.
yeah, oh,
If I
yeah,
came across something really interesting about Ukraine and it's all in like, like 2 minute 45 segments, like 3 different segments, and they're all like roughly the same length. So
hmm.
I'm just wondering if it's like TikTok and it sets a time limit to what you're allowed to actually post. It'll be
Yeah.
a gigabyte limit, which is why it obviously varies every once in a while.
Well,
Yeah,
this
they must have a size limit for files.
you I mean, what was I going to say? Uh, well, I had the show with Vinny Eastwood a few shows back, and that went for 2 hours, and that was the reception through that was brilliant. I was quite surprised at that sort of thing because I sort of, if you're going to have anyone on and you're going to have interruptions, it'd be Vinny. But
I'm still, I'm still trying to get a hold of. I who was on
you,
Jeffy's last show
right, yeah,
on WBRBN.
right, yeah, yeah.
Like, Jeffy sent me the details.
All right,
He
yeah,
actually
cool,
did send it through to me, and I found him on his own website and shit and emailed him directly.
yeah,
I'm just
right,
waiting to hear back. But
yeah,
yeah, because he asked me on like Jeffy's show to be on his show.
yeah.
That'd actually be massive. I'm pretty sure he's got quite a large following.
Oh, yeah. So I'm just playing with the other screen at the moment. I'm just looking a couple of things up. There's where is it? No. Yeah, just seeing how the stream's going. We've got a couple of people chatting. John Smith, you could click on
Oh
this
yeah, do you
screen.
want do you
Yeah.
want me to make actually sure.
Well,
Someone just suggested if I turn off my camera it'll make your screen
yeah. Well, I'll turn.
like
Yeah,
in the background look
yeah.
everyone
Well,
to see.
be
Means I won't be that means I won't be
yeah. Well, yeah.
there. I don't know why it keeps clearing like that when I've got a background thing on. It's really annoying.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. Yeah. And we're going
It is annoying, yes.
to try that. Aha, that works. I'll get my mouse back from the other computer. Um, turn off camera.
Some of the things
There
that
we
you
go. Right, turn,
all the different versions
turn off the camera and I'll see where
all
it
the
goes.
different versions and reasons of what could happen with Twitter, with Musk
Yeah,
purchasing Twitter. It's actually a very interesting conversation because I've been looking for a few different possible things.
yeah,
Alright. One is, yay, he's actually going to fix it all.
yeah,
Because a lot of Twitter personnel have actually left already.
yeah,
The other is the very next day, the American government, I think it's Pelosi, no, Psaki, red-headed fucking spokesperson for Biden, announced that they were looking at reviewing Section 230 or whatever, which is the one that everyone's been talking about censorship laws online and everything for the last few years. So they were talking about that the very next day after it was announced that Musk was buying Twitter.
yeah,
So the government is already trying to work against him. He could actually be doing the right thing, or he could, and there's still a few more possibilities. He
yeah.
could discover so much illegality that he can actually not buy them, but just exposes it.
Oh, we'll see how that
And
turns out,
there's
won't we?
one that's a not very often mentioned possibility.
Yeah,
Because he exposes so much illegality that he walks from the deal and they're actually completely fucked.
yeah.
Fourth option is he sells out just like the rest of them.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. There we go. So I'm just having a couple of other different
Just like
things
the
on the
rest of
screen at
them.
the moment. Just yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, there we go. So I'm just that one. See, I'm just checking things out. Sorry, I'm back, folks. Just get out of that. Yeah, just checking things out, how they're going, and because well, anyway, should get back to something worth talking about. How's the world in your place, where you are around the world at the moment? Does anyone want to say anything in the chat that you'd like to say? John Smith, what do you got to say? Where's the DK guy? Oh, here he is.
Yeah, it's just for some reason it's coming across really clear.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, it is what it is.
even putting up stuff like there, and there is basically no glare behind me, but it's just not. I don't even know what.
Aha, yes. Just gonna found a couple of bizzos on me camera that I meant to look at before. The
What did you think of my 4 different theories on like the Twitter bio?
what did I think of them?
Were you listening to them or were you busy?
Sorry, I was busy. Yeah. Well, that doesn't seem to work anyway. Yep.
Look at it. Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
just
So either he's a good guy,
Musk.
and the government's already working against him. Actually, that's still one.
Well,
Either he's a
that's
good
a
guy
high
and the government's
possibility.
working against him.
Yep.
He's a bad guy. He's going to fully sell out, or he could uncover illegality and walk from the deal and sink Twitter.
Yeah, that's right. Well, here's this report you can see on the screen at the moment. Is it on the screen? It's on the. Should be on the stream screen.
Yeah, but I think it's 43.6 billion. I think is what the final actual.
Yeah, 44 billion.
Was 43.6. I think.
Let me have a go.
It depends on which currency it's shit as well, doesn't it?
That's right. Well, let me have a go at reading a section. I've got an article up on the screen. I'll read a bit of it out about Elon Musk. I've read it before. I read the whole article actually. It was very interesting. It's on NBC or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've read a couple and watched a few videos and shit about both. It was like, as I said, there's a few different possibilities of what could happen and where this could go.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's all just people's different perceptions, whereas I try and look at all of them.
Well, let me start then. Elon Musk researches deal to buy Twitter for 44 billion. That's a couple of pennies. Try again. The deal brings arguably the internet's most influential platform under the control of one of the world's richest men. Elon Musk is buying Twitter and taking it private. Twitter's board of directors unanimously agreed to Musk's offer to purchase the social media platform at the price of $44 billion, the company announced on Monday. The deal brings arguably internet's most, just said that bit, didn't it? Yeah. Free speech, yeah, well, they're talking about free speech a lot, stuff like that, guys. And, well, is it going to happen? I could read on that article. It goes a bit longer and, well, my reading skills aren't that good yet, so I'll put it to later. But basically, it's, who knows what is going to happen? It's seems
another side of it is like the reason America wants to block it, or that they might be able to, is because it looks like he's creating a conglomeration. As SpaceX, he has Tesla, and he has like then control of the biggest media platform. I think now it's the biggest, or maybe second biggest, or whatever media platform on the planet.
Yeah. Well, I would have thought.
So they're thinking he's like making a conglomeration, and that's like one of the few things that they can actually use against him. But to be honest, I heard here's something he personally said. He said, "I won't ban anyone. I won't even ban my worst, because that's what free speech means. Everyone is allowed to have their say."
Yeah. Well,
just for that, it's like I give him a chance. It doesn't mean things are going to go well, but just for the fact that he's like willing to let everyone abuse him as well, that's a good start, you know. Well, I mean, of course, it's going to get to the point where like if people are just outright abusing people, they're going to get banned. Like dumb is dumb, you know. Like it's that simple. Dumb is dumb. If you're just going to abuse people, you're going to get banned.
Oh yeah, well that's
But
what some
if
people
you
do, you know.
people everything else and shit, and it actually is free speech, sweet.
Well,
You know, use it,
but
don't
what is
make it
free
fun.
speech? You know, you can say things on and you get have important information that
It's
a lot of people
once it
put
gets
out.
to the point of it's once it gets to the point of childish bullshit where you're just
Okay,
calling each other names.
yeah.
And that's just stupid.
Can
You
I
know what I mean?
can I
And
get a
that
word in?
isn't like that isn't even like it's not it's essentially
Yeah,
bad.
be
It's
happening.
just fucking point.
Hmm.
It's like there's no reason to have that sort of speech be allowed. It's like have an actual dialogue. You're allowed criticism, but don't just start abusing people. You know, a few basic rules. Like it is very simple.
Uh,
I think on the first YouTube channel that I modded on, I made up about 6 rules or something like that, or maybe 4 rules, and they were like the simplest things to follow, and that was all that needed to be done on any channel anywhere.
I like
Like it
the
really
comment.
is actually that
Uh,
simple.
I
You
like the
have to
comment that was
decide
just put
what can
on.
and shouldn't be said.
The comment that was just put on by John Smith. I think Alan is just the guy who bought a dying social media network. It's kind of when the cabal died, and anyone knows went to Netflix and Hulu, whoever Hulu is. And yeah, well, yeah, that's a twit. Was Twitter
Netflix
a
is
dying
dead.
network? Netflix, oh yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, that's certainly a waste of money. Well, I'm not. Yeah, I don't really watch much of it any
And
TV anymore.
I've never paid for anything. I
Hmm.
found free movie sites online back when I used to still watch movies.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I do play one for people, but I don't really watch movies anymore.
I used to
I
go to the movies
used to
all the
watch
time.
them constantly, then I found out too much. Like it's that simple. I used to watch them constantly, and I found out too much. No, I fucking can't stand Hollywood at all.
Now it's
I fuck every actor, producer, writer, and who's part of all that bullshit. They can all get fucked.
yeah. Well, that's the way the studio is, and how many people realise how evil Hollywood and the things around most of our establishment are? Most people don't. Like we all look at these sites all the time, but and there's a lot of information out there, and most people think it's just bullshit something. And, well, who knows what is or what isn't? But do you really believe what you get told over the media and by your government? And you look at what your government do, they sell everything off, and well, apparently by 2030 we'll own nothing, but we'll be happy. Heard that one before?
No,
Yeah.
no, we'll own nothing, and they'll be happy.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, they were about they misspoke.
Yeah,
uh,
I was like, it's a typo.
mm, mm.
Mule,
Yeah.
wheel, yeah, that's
Well,
it.
it's pretty much close, mostly there already. You look at our
Yeah,
so-called governments anyway, and
unless we do something
how
right.
many of them?
This is what I'm saying.
All of them. Actually, I was about to say how many, but pretty much all of them, when they leave office, because they do their term, do what they're told to do, and then they get a fat, cushy job in some big corporation or something. And how often does that happen? Well, I'd like to see the percentage of that. It'd be in the 90s, I'm sure. And this is the people that are running your
It's
government.
worse than that. It's
Oh, yeah,
worse than
yeah,
that.
sure,
I don't know
sure.
how many countries. I don't know how many countries this law
Mm,
apply.
mm,
But if someone has been a politician, has been in parliament and it's like it's only like 2 years. I don't even think it's 2 terms. But
mm.
if someone's been in parliament for like a certain number of years, they're like fucking paid that salary for the rest of their life.
Yeah,
Like they can leave parliament, they're paid that for the rest of their life. It doesn't drop down ever again for the rest of your life. Once you get to parliament,
yep.
that is your salary for the rest of your fucking life.
Yeah,
And like in New
same in
Zealand, it's
Australia.
fucking huge.
That
Apparently, New
that
Zealand
is
politicians
ridiculous.
pay.
That
Apparently, New Zealand pays its politicians more than any other country in the world.
Yeah, Australia would be second if that's the case. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's
I'm
just it.
not sure. I just know New Zealand, like their actual base pay rate for a
Mm.
politician at whichever level is the highest in the world.
Yeah,
It's higher than America's.
I'm not really sure, but I think our prime minister supposedly gets about 600, but yeah, could be
No,
more, could be
I
less.
doubt that. No, it's less. No, there has to be shit like
well,
it's less.
it have to be,
Ours is the most, and Jacinda gets 400. It might be 460.
no, well,
And ours is the highest paid in the world.
I'm pretty
So
sure ScoMo earns
Prime
more
Minister
for
and
sure.
President isn't supposed to be a paid job. It's supposed to be a service to the country. This is why it's not supposed to be paid that much. This is why when you see politicians getting rich, that is definitely some underhanded dodgy shit going on.
Yeah.
Because they do not get rich from what they're paid. It's
Well, that's
supposed
right.
to be like a tidy living, so they it's supposed to be a tidy living so they can keep up appearances. But it's not supposed to be this is how you get rich.
Yeah. But the thing is, they get rich through other means generally, and it's got nothing to do with their parliamentary.
Yeah, but they're not allowed to.
But they do anyway.
Civil servant.
They do anyway.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's the problem. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but being a civil servant, they're legally not allowed to go and make money from anything else they're doing while they're in that office.
So tell me, DK.
So they all seem to get rich.
Tell me, DK. Over in New Zealand, do they have like anti-corruption committee type things?
Yeah, but who do you think they're run by?
Yeah, right. Well, they're trying. I think I spoke about it last day. They were trying to. One of the, or both the parties were talking about this ICAC, which is Independent Commission Against Corruption, sort of thing. They were trying to set up for most of our states have them, but yeah, they're all toothless tigers generally.
They're trying to give their friends a job to cover their asses.
Yeah, pretty much. And yeah, well,
both parties. If you set up in a committee, you're appointing the people you want to be in that committee because they're going to be looking into the shit you're doing.
Yeah. Well, it should be people not. It should be people not related at all to the political system, which, but fuck, there isn't any. You know, because the only notable sort of people is like your so-called judges and your policemen and firemen and all your public servants that are good people, but and even people in that are don't work for the government. There's so many different aspects that are just getting paid by the government anyway, and mostly it's all about your own back pocket. It's corruption is it's almost human nature. It's just a matter of these days. It used to be a case, I'm pretty sure, where everyone cared for their fellow man. Now it's live and let live and fuck the other guy. That's pretty much the way the world is.
It's a satanic view.
Yeah.
Do as thou wilt. No, that's it. That's actually basically the satanic fucking key tenet for all of what is happening. Do as thou wilt. That's why Jay-Z has it written as a slogan on a lot of his clothing and merchandise and shit.
Yeah.
Evil satanic. Yes, he actually does. Yeah. Evil satanic fuckwits that are allowed to influence everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they get to these positions.
Mm.
Some people are influencing the youth, some people are influencing like the middle class, some people are influencing fucking whichever different group of everyone constantly all the time. Yeah. That's why there is so much disinformation that is spread in different ways to different areas.
The alternative.
A different country hears the same things that we do.
Well, no, probably not. Well, I'm sure me and you both hear different things. Everyone, yeah.
Did you know that TikTok, the algorithm for TikTok in America, rewards people for being fucking idiot.
Yeah, right.
And dancing around and singing stupidly. That shit is basically banned in China, and the algorithm rewards people who are teaching people how to do things. Like, welding, electronics, anything interesting that's actually beneficial.
Well,
the algorithm in China actually accentuates the positive rather than accentuating the dumb fuckery that's going on.
Well, actually, I've learned a few things on YouTube, actually. On, I do a bit of leather work and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah,
and there's a lot of good stuff out there. And the positive information is out there. But most people are too distracted looking at idiots on their Twitter or whatever it is that they're.
Well, it's because they promote the dumb shit.
Yeah. Well, fuck, Well,
but that's what it actually is. It's because they promote the dumb shit. There's no other reason. They're promoting the dumb shit to certain countries, whereas they're blocking that and promoting positive shit in other countries.
Yeah. That's just...
See, everything is being used against us and people don't realise.
Thought I'd check out my YouTube thing at the moment. See if I've got a screen in front of me.
I'm going to go for a piss and grab another beer because I was a dickhead and I actually had one in the fridge before, so I had to bring two upstairs that were cold.
You better go disappear and do that then.
I have to wait a little bit.
And
I'll be back in a minute. Go around talking shit.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that's what we're for. That's what we're here for, isn't it? That's not what I'm looking at. I'm trying to find something that I was looking at earlier and see what's happening actually on my channels. I think videos. What happens if I press that? It's going to show a picture of me for a few minutes ago on my channels. I think. Yeah. Videos. Yeah. Well, seen enough of that. Well, here we are. DK's gone to get a beer or something. It's nice and quiet. It's lovely bloke, but he's it's hard to get a word in. Got to do a show another show next show. Plan to have. I was supposed to have another mate on today that unfortunately couldn't do it up. But I'll endeavour to have someone else on next time because, well, me and DK's conversation, I'm sure they'll going to be quite interesting. Maybe, maybe not. But I want to do some things different. I might. I was on Pirate Radio the other week, sort of thing. World Pirate Radio Network podcast or something like that. And well, I was on his show for a while, and I was on camera sort of thing. And I might get Jaffe on my show. He's that's the guy. It's World Pirate Radio Network, World Pirate Radio Podcast Network. That's all.
WPRPN.
Yeah. Well, I've got to see if I can get Jaffe on. I'm going to give him a call and sort of see what happens, and I'm sure I will. Yeah. Yeah. I'll arrange a show around him if he can't do it this time. Yeah. Because it'll be good to get on his show, and or if you can come on my show, then I'm going to get Vinny back eventually too. And well, do you know what I'd really like to do? I'd like to get Max Egan on. That's the goal. I just have to send him an email and ask him, basically, I guess, don't I? Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to.
Honestly, yeah, give it a try.
Yeah.
See, I'm trying to get on to Colin Davenport's one.
Yep.
But I got the same thing. I got the connection. I got the connections through WPRPN through Jeffy.
Yep.
He actually gave me like his Skype number and shit like that too.
Cool.
So yeah. So I've actually had him up and I'm waiting on that. And I emailed him. I found that through his website. Through Vinny, I ended up on Ken O'Keefe's.
Yeah.
Ended up on his show and stuff.
Yeah, I know you.
Ken O'Keefe was the person who. Yeah, Ken O'Keefe was the person who, with Max Egan. This is why Max Egan's famous as well. They were the two that smuggled shit into Gaza.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
This is why the two of them are famous.
Oh,
they smuggled food and supply, medical supplies and shit into Gaza.
Yeah. He's such a legend. You know what I mean? He's the thing he's done in his life. And folks, one thing I must say, go and look at the Crow House. It's a website. It's got Max Egan's.
BitChute.
Oh, yeah, BitChute. Or his actual site, his own actual site. He's on BitChute. He's on. Yeah, his own actual site.
There's an actual site called the Crow House.
Yes. Well, didn't you know?
Oh, okay. I never go to his actual site. I just find everything on BitChute.
No, well, yeah. Well, check out his site. He's got all his archives and some of his old movies and like you showed Max Egan doing a video the other day on your show, and I'm pretty sure.
Sometimes I argue with the shit he says.
Yeah, also you argue with everybody, DK. You argue with everybody.
And I'll argue and dispute the things that he's saying.
Well, that's what you do. That's what you do, DK. There's nothing wrong with that.
Like, no, you need to be put up on, doesn't he? But
yeah, well, that's what you do, and that's what you're here for. And it's occasionally the other people. Occasionally we get a word in.
Videos as well.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
The what?
Alex Jones, don't even get me started. I don't even bother streaming that. I can just
No,
go
no,
all
no.
the
Yeah,
time.
I'm thankful for that. If you really need to see Alex Jones, you go to Info Awards yourself and look at it. But I'm not going to promote him. He's
No, that's what I mean.
okay.
If I put that on, I'll just be telling you
Hey,
all the
going on one of your shows, you did have him on recently. And what was his what was he before
time.
'92?
It's only if I get sent links to
No,
a
yeah,
specific
yeah. But
like,
what was
topical
it?
thing.
What was the
I
name of
actually
that
don't like
comedian?
Alex Jones at all.
What was the name of
I
that
actually don't. I
comedian?
don't like Alex Jones at all, to be honest.
What was the name of that comedian that he used to be? Apparently,
Oh, Bill Hicks.
Bill Hicks. Yes, I remember Bill Hicks, the
Yeah,
comedian. It's really
yeah.
blew me out when I saw it on the show.
Everyone over like 40 should.
Yeah, and
Maybe even
this
people
this guy
younger.
Bill
Yeah.
Hicks. Shut up, DK. Let me tell the story. This guy Bill Hicks. He died sometime in the mid '90s, sort of thing, from whatever it was. And next thing you know, this guy Alex Jones turns up basically, and got a different hairstyle or something maybe, but you put the pictures together and sort of thing, and they're around the same sort of age, and it's really freaky. So, and not that that's a bad thing. I don't mind. Yeah, people want to change their identity, become another person. If you want to do that, yeah, go for your life. Once upon a time, I changed my name.
There's a little bit
But I
more.
changed the back.
There's a
No,
little bit
no, no.
more
Let
that
me
I can
let me
remember
carry
from it
on.
because I watched it a couple of times.
Yeah.
No, because I watched it a couple of times. I can remember a little bit more from it. I think I watched it once myself in spring because I thought it
Okay,
was
well,
interesting.
fill us in on the
I
details then.
actually vetted that one. It's like, I don't want to play dumb shit that I
Okay.
come across every time.
Well,
I actually did get that one and watched it myself first and then actually streamed it again afterwards. So I watched it twice. And there's little facts like Bill Hicks producer or whatever became like
they're
Alex
friends.
Jones'
They
best
both
friend, and
they were
somehow
both best friends,
the
both
producer
blokes.
had known both of them since they were kids. He'd only just met Alex, and then Alex Jones actually says on his own shows he is Bill Hicks a couple of times. Like it's actually quite a crazy fucking video where Alex Jones does actually admit he's Bill Hicks several times. One of his friends says that he's known both of them like since they were kids, when he only knew Bill Hicks since he was a kid,
Yeah.
and Alex Jones like many years later, basically after Bill Hicks died. He's known both of them since they were kids.
I found that
And
really
like,
interesting.
so
You know.
so many discrepancies in the
Yeah.
story. I don't trust anyone who has been fucking on TV and on everywhere else for that
Oh
long.
no.
They've all got to the point where they're selling out.
Everyone's
And
corruptible.
all they're caring about, if all they're caring about is money and shit, they're fucking sold out. There is nothing else. If they can't stop just constantly promoting everything they do, when they've got millions and millions of viewers, and think they still need to promote everything they're selling and shit every 5 minutes.
Well, that's part of how you.
What the fuck? They're just
yeah.
another mainstream media TV show.
Yeah,
There's no way I can do that. I do this shit 24/7 for free.
Yeah, just minus a
And
million or
they
so viewers.
constantly ask for money to do the same damn thing.
Yeah.
The only difference is they're well known.
It's a
and they
capitalist
get
society,
guests.
DK. People are allowed to make a dollar. Like
But
eventually.
that's it. The only difference is they're well known and they get better guests. There's nothing else.
Yeah.
People contact them because they think they're doing the right thing.
I don't know if I've said this online before, folks, but eventually I plan to I plan to ask for money to work out, maybe get advertising on if the show works, shall we say. We remain where we are at the moment.
I want to do the merch. I want to do the merch thing.
Yeah,
I want
I
to
can do
make
that.
clothing with. I don't mind getting a percentage of something that's my slogan and something that I've done, sort of thing.
Well, mate,
I don't mind that. I still can't, even though Vinny described it to me perfectly, I still can't wrap my head around the thing of asking for donations just to be talking and shit. I don't know why. I really don't know why.
Well,
it's like it should be the same as every other job, but I can't wrap my head around it.
Yeah. Well, but I sort of understand because he's trying to do his job because he reckons he's got all these problems, and I think he does all right. And I don't mind chucking him a dollar here or there because at the very least,
No, I don't mean
paying
that.
for the entertainment.
He explained it to me perfectly is why it was acceptable. And I can't wrap my head around it.
Oh,
I don't have anything against people doing it for the right reason and shit.
oh yeah, it's not you.
I can't wrap my head around it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I understand. Yeah.
That's why I want to come up with merch and shit. I don't mind getting like, a bit of like the merch type stuff that I've actually done and designed.
Yeah,
I feel weird about actually just asking for money.
Well, I'm in the process of
that's just me though. Yeah, but that's just me. It's like
over here. I'll show you the viewers the pictures I did of the new DK sign. Where you reckon looks like a, what do you call it, an implement?
Hold it, move it more to the right. No, I couldn't see it properly. Put it properly in front of the camera.
Which camera? This is the screen one, or this one?
One that's on your stream. Yeah, look at that. Looks like a dildo with a handle.
Yeah. The other one, well, there's two others. The other one looks just like that one, but different.
Oh yeah, and I think you asked about those drawings on my Discord about the yin ones and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
You know that's what I did. That's what I did to an old pack of cigarette papers. They used to be white on the inside rather than just advertising themselves on the inside.
You did that.
So I turned my pack completely out. So I turned it completely inside out and drew on all. That's cool. A pack of zigzags, man.
So that's you, yeah. Good work. Good work. Great work. Yeah. Yeah, you've got to tell them. Here's the last one. It also looks like a dildo, apparently. That was a bit square. That was a bit rounder. I know.
Dildo with a handle. It could almost be a beer mug if it didn't look like a dildo. The D looks like a handle. Oh, like a watering can? Shit.
Oh, they both look like handles in a way, yeah. Anyway, I'll get around to drawing. I did actually like the other. Yeah, I did actually like the other one. Misspelled conspiracy. There we go. That one.
And then you put, I think you put an I instead of an A.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. This one I actually do like.
Spirosi.
Put an I instead of an A.
Spirosi.
Something similar to that. Right.
So you want me to leave the spelling the same?
Have you seen the ones Muzza did for me? Muzza made me some.
I think I did on Discord, was it?
Yeah, it'll be under my memes.
Your memes.
Yeah, the ones that are made for me and shit, I put under my memes. Yeah. Otherwise, they get lost. Yeah, things that are for me or things that I make are in my memes one. Right at the bottom. Nah, right at the very bottom. My memes.
My memes, alright. Here we go. Oh, just, where the fuck they go out of there? Let's just let's make it a bit bigger anyway. So.
How come you can move me around? Oh, because it's on Discord. Yeah. No, there's about 4 or 5. Like scroll up a couple. Yeah, there's a few that he's made. I actually really like that one with the Maori. I can't even remember the name of the thing that it's called anymore. It's like a Maori bird. That symbolizes like eternity, eternal life and shit like that, unity. Yeah.
That is something. DK Studios. You don't like that, do you? It's reading truth together.
I don't hate it. Yeah. It could be used as an overall thing, and I just keep my name, and I can use it like DK Studios as a whole thing. I don't hate it, but yeah, I sort of felt a bit iffy how he just made it up by himself.
Yeah, well, you can play that.
That's all. No, I was just a bit like weird about the fact that he changed my name and made up something for me.
That's not a bad one.
That was the only problem.
That's not
I know. I quite like that. Yeah. And if you look at all the pictures on it, it's got like extra good shit. The one that looks like it's clouds is actually contrails and shit. Right, like it. See? I'm not always annoying.
But yeah, sometimes you quiet down when we're actually talking about you.
But look at that. The meme you just scrolled up to.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
not always annoying. Sometimes I sleep too. Yeah, well, hey, guys, you don't know DK. That's DK is fucking all over the shop. Let's see. Let's get you out of the way. There you are. I'm not always annoying, and sometimes I sleep too.
Right? You can keep scrolling up through these. Most of these are ones I've made.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, you're free to put any of these on.
It's not about being awake
I
or,
do
or
this every
woke.
one. I do this
It's
every
about
once in a
ticking
while when
facts.
I'm
Yes.
playing music. I have music playing in the background and discuss reviews
I
and
love
shit.
that one. I'm trans fat. Don't judge me. Oh no. Making truth great again. Yeah, right.
This is
Yeah,
another one. No, Muzza made that for me.
yeah.
Any that have my name on it, I didn't make. Any that have my name on it, I didn't make. If it's got
Making
my
truth
name
great
on
again.
it, then someone else made it for me.
Hmm.
Shit. Yeah. I don't make ones about me.
Yeah.
Other than one that says I am a legend. That's watch a couple of the gifs. Like scroll up and watch that one.
Right. Okay.
The one that was just above with the skiff board thing there.
That one.
Yeah. Well, this was like one of the first things that got made about me.
Yeah. What's some guy born? Can't.
That's it. This was one of the like the shit made about me. There's a few that were actually funny and a few that disgusted me. So the funny ones are actually in here.
Ginger Batman. There's one
Bring
where.
up info like that one. Oh no, the Subway one, just below Ginger Batman. The one just below Ginger Batman got made about me too. Yeah.
You can't really make it big, can you?
The guy doesn't actually explode. The explosion is added in afterwards for all those who are a bit squeamish. I was a bit put off at first, and then someone actually found the original and showed me. And it's just some idiot jumping out of a subway. And he just goes, bang, straight on the ground, eh? Because the speed of the subway's still moving. Someone's like, and someone added in the explosion. I was like, okay, it's funny now.
I just thought I'd recognise the people on the screen for a minute on the chat room. John Smith, g'day mate. Sleep who needs it? No, wait.
Smith is,
sleep when you have to.
John Smith is, I don't really want to, well, not doxing him, it's just another name. But John Smith is Frank Arrow from Twitch.
Oh yeah, cool, yeah.
And Discord.
And there's, isn't that Tim Tam I see there?
There's Tim Tam floating around.
In Twitch. Oh, yeah. I didn't fucking click on it.
Is she on yours? She's still playing around on mine.
Well,
I don't think she made it to yours yet. She's been having issues with her.
Well, it's the restream chat. It comes up with either YouTube chats or MSN or MSN.
True, sorry, I'm not. Sorry, I'm not on your Twitch. I'm on
I'm here.
my Twitch and your. No, I'm on my Twitch and your YouTube.
Yeah, well, I'm not looking at any
my
of those.
Twitch, your YouTube, and Discord.
Yeah,
three things.
I'm not actually looking at any of them at the moment because I'm just the ABS screen's pretty much enough for me at the moment, you know.
Yeah, no, your Twitch is the only one that I'm not looking at. I'm on your YouTube channel.
Oh, cool. Oh, well, that'll be a view. Yeah. Should be somewhere here that tells me how long we've been playing so far. Oh, there it is. 48 minutes. We've got plenty of time. Try, let's do an hour or so, eh? Less than an hour and then we'll see what happens.
I'm all good.
You want to?
Nah. First time I ever ended up on Vinny's chat was like after he finished one day.
Yeah.
And I turned his like 90-minute show into like 6 hours or something.
Really?
The very first time I ever talked to him.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. I managed to get on Skype. No, it must be. I think it was even just in chat. I just started talking to him in the chat, and it dragged the whole show out for like the next 4 hours.
So that show would be archived for on Vinny's Odyssey or something, wouldn't it? Yeah. Do you think? Do you remember the date?
Sorry, what was that? Say again?
Can you remember the date of that show?
The middle to early last year sometime. Nah, I'm shit with dates.
Yeah. Well, it could be look for it. It's quite possible. He's got some girl. Is it Julia or that's probably not right, but some girl that's doing his what do you call it? Archiving sort of thing. And it's all going on Odyssey. So most
And
of his shows
BitChute.
are there. And BitChute. Yeah.
Yeah, and BitChute. Yeah,
Yeah.
Odyssey and BitChute. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got BitChute getting everything uploaded here as well.
I That's another thing, folks. I've started a BitChute channel and
So does
I'm
so does WPRPN.
yeah.
Jeffrey has his stuff up on BitChute as well.
Oh yeah,
He
cool.
uses another one called Minds or something.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think I tried to make an account on, but it was screwing me around.
Oh yeah, I didn't like
So
it.
yeah, I
I
think
didn't
I'm
like it.
halfway through making one there.
I made an account, but yeah, I just don't like it. So I look at it occasionally, but it's yeah, no, not for me. Yeah. So
Same as my Gab account. I've got like so many accounts, please. There's
no,
like so
don't know
many I
what
don't
Gab
even
is.
look at.
Don't really care about Gab things. Gab. What all that's
I
about?
had a Parler account. I never deleted
Parlour.
it, but when everything went
That sounds
bad a couple of years ago, I
that
just
sounds
never
a bit
went back.
saucy.
What was the other one? Gilded. Made an account when Discord was being a dick, and everyone's like, "Let's go to Gilded," and then I'm like, "That's an upside down pedo symbol."
Yeah.
Everyone left Gilded and didn't go
Really?
back.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
There is the
Yeah.
gilded logo is an upside down pedo sign.
Oh. Oh, that's the thing you don't really know because there's a lot of things out there that are run by well pedophiles, aren't they? Yeah. Look at all the stuff that you've shown.
But it's basically media
Yeah.
or a corporation or a government or a judicial system or anything that is able to control you. Then yes, probably it probably is.
Yeah. Mm. Anyway, we're on YouTube. We better start skirting around that subject, otherwise I'll get another ban. Or should we?
Yeah, I
Right.
forgot. Supposed to be
Yeah.
calling them Disney's,
Yeah.
not
Oh yeah.
the P word.
Disney.
Yeah, because you're going to get banned for calling people Disney's.
Oh really? You're Disney. Oh, you're a Disney.
Hmm.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
So you can
Fuck the
call someone.
Disneys.
So calling someone a Disney is calling them a that P word.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Don't,
saw a
don't go
meme
to that
about
one,
it, and I'm
folks.
trying to make it actually work for everyone else because
Yeah.
yes, it does work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Disney. Disney.
Disney's like
Yeah.
a bunch of
Well,
fucking
oh,
Disney
oh.
motherfuckers. Fucking Disney's.
Yeah, that's choice. That's a Kiwi saying, choice. Yeah, choice.
Used to be.
Yeah, it used to
When I
be
was younger.
choice.
Not anymore. I
I
haven't
I
seen anyone
remember,
say that in a long time.
remember that movie. Remember that movie, Footlight Flats. Footlight Flats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, mate. Yeah, that was a pretty cool movie. And yeah, mate, I remember that was the most popular word in that movie was choice. Well, I'm not even making this up along. Choice. That's choice. That's a choice movie, mate.
Choice, bro.
How's
I'm
me
gonna do this.
how-
Like choice.
how's the Kiwi accent coming along? I'm going to go to New Zealand one day. I'm going to invade New Zealand. All right, I'm an Englishman, so that's what we do in it. I'm going to invade New Zealand and take over.
And
Maybe,
guess
maybe not.
what?
What?
New Zealand is the only country that never got taken over by force. We got screwed over by paperwork. Not shitting you. I'm actually not kidding you. The
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Maori and shit that we're here
People,
is like this
folks,
is the only nation that never got taken by force.
yeah,
The English could not beat them. We
yeah.
did not get taken by force. Seriously, we did not get taken by force.
But
They beat them with the treaty by making 3 different versions of it.
the accountants
So the
won.
Maori signed one version.
Mm.
Then there's a semi-translated version that's half of both, and then there's an English version.
Yeah,
So there's actually 3 different versions of the treaty, and basically what it ended up is the Maori are entitled to all their land, but if they sell it, they have to sell to the crown. They can't sell to their friends.
really.
This is in the English one, not the Maori one.
Yeah, right.
So this is how the crown actually started stealing land.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, that's the thing with treaties. Oh, I saw something about a treaty earlier today. That I was going to bring it up on my news show, and well, since the news show's still happening, let's talk about it. There's a treaty a treaty about being prepared for the future pandemics. World Economic Forum or the World Health Organization, the WHO, whoever. Right, have a look into that one. That's they're having discussions about it at the moment. It's basically they're boiling. It's got to be boiled down to these. If someone gets a cold, they can shut down the planet.
Yeah.
That sounds a little bit too radical, doesn't it? Yeah. That's
Well,
oversimplification.
that's what they did in New Zealand.
Yeah, all that.
They
No, that.
actually did that in New Zealand. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
You're saying shit that sounds a bit tyrannical. They
well,
actually
well,
did that.
well. Look at
You know,
what they're
that last,
doing in China right now.
last year they
Look at
shut down the whole country because no. Last year they shut down the whole country because of one case in Auckland.
yeah,
They locked Auckland up for fucking months on end, and they put the rest of the country into like level 2 or whatever lockdown. They did that after one case was detected
That's
in
fucking
the
bullshit.
fucking North Island, which is nowhere near where I live, and there's a fucking kettle of water in the middle. Our country got locked out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, what I was talking about is the World Health Organization. They're going to make it so that they get the final say, and governments that don't sign on will be punished by
Oh, that's the
sanctions.
plan.
That's a plan. Like
The
if
plan,
you
the plan. The plan.
just stay with the plan.
Working so well.
No, but yeah, that is the plan. So that this one, excuse me, folks. Don't worry, it's not COVID, it's lung cancer. Anyway, this one.
No weed flu.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah, but it's one of them. Anyway, have a drink. Mm. There's one of those moments that you shouldn't have on live radio shows or any show really. Dead moments where no one's saying nothing. I can't believe it. I stopped talking and then DK didn't jump in. Fuck hell. What's the world coming to?
Sorry, I was reading my chat. I was actually sorry, your chat. I was
All right.
actually responding to your YouTube chat.
All right, yeah.
Responding to John Smith, like Frank.
Yeah, right. Frank. All right. Oh yeah, Frank Arrow. Yeah, that's right.
There's actually many fields and things in New Zealand, many walkways, paths, tracks that you can go down where there's like cows and sheep in the paddock, and you're walking through like some farmer's paddock, but you have allowance because you're allowed access to the water, so they've made a specific track rather than you being able to like, go through all the property.
No, if I come over there, mate.
An actual thing. Yeah, no, this is an actual thing.
If I come over there, mate, I want access to the roadways.
Certain Maori tribes tried to make some proposal about how they owned it and people weren't allowed.
Yeah.
Like, don't even know how many years back now.
Yeah.
Yeah, years back.
And yeah, well, when I come over there, mate, I just want to get myself a vehicle sometime and drive around. And I'm not going to do too much walking. I'll be driving around and then stopping at all your pubs and having a few crates. No, and then visiting people, and yeah, I'll go see the sites and stuff like that. Yeah, because yeah, New Zealand, I know it's always.
Oh yeah, dude. This is actually like I'm not shitting you. I've been everywhere in the South Island, and I've done the lower half of the North Island.
Yep.
I was like, this country really does have some amazing shit to see.
Yeah, well, that's right. So does Australia too, mind you.
Like amazing stuff. And if I knew when I was living in the North Island, if I knew then what I knew now, I would have actually gone further north and tried to find the ruins of like the ancient wall and everything that's been found and things that apparently people aren't allowed to go near anymore.
Oh yeah, well,
like ancient civilization type things.
Oh no, you can't allow that. Yeah, they'll probably fucking blow it up or bury it or something.
It's pretty much overgrown, and no one's allowed to know where it is, sort of thing. It's not like signposted or anything. Well, certain researchers have found it, and made like YouTube videos and stuff about it. But other than that, no one knows it.
Well, they show you showing earlier today about these ancient ruins that looked like they were melted. What the fuck was that about? Melted ruins.
Electrical surge from the ancient power that they had running. The free energy actually shorted out and fried everything.
Yeah, whoops.
And this is how it works. And so it created the earth shaking. Then you get the liquefaction. There's your mud flood as well. The whole thing happened at one time.
Right,
So
yeah,
you
that makes
had
sense.
the electrification of the planet, which fried and melted a lot of things.
And what
So created a shaking sort of a shaking phenomenon.
do we want to go back there then? Do we?
Created the like a sink. Well, see, it didn't actually necessarily create a mud flood. What it did was make everything sink.
Yeah.
And this is the difference. Everyone says mud flood, but what actually happened is like the liquids rose to the surface and it became so soft that things sunk.
So did that happen on the globe or the firmament? There's that question for you.
Yes.
I'm going to leave that question with you.
I still believe in the.
No, shut up, shut up. I'm going to exchange fluids. I'll be back.
I throw in the extra one. I still believe in the toroidal shape. I believe it's basically like a ball with a hole drilled from the North Pole to the South Pole. Because through that shape, it can generate a magnetic field. You know, goes through the center, out and round. You can spin the ball shaped thing anyway. Goes from the center, out and round, back in through. And that is what actually creates the magnetism that actually makes us stick on this planet. Gravity is the most bullshit theory ever. The ball spinning throws you off. There is no way that we're standing on a ball and it's holding us there. If gravity was real, the moon would have smashed into the earth a long time ago. That shit can't. And why is it only the same face of the moon that faces our planet forward? How come the moon doesn't rotate? How come we only see one side of the moon when it's in an orbit around our planet? It doesn't get any closer, stays exactly where it is. And we only see one side of it.
Why is that, I wonder? Yes. Well, one of the things I do know is that I don't know. It's,
yeah.
Well,
I just got off. I still think the moon's a space station. I think that's where they got the idea from the start.
As I say, I don't know, but I'd like to believe that one. And you go up there and open the hatch. Hey guys, got a spare spaceship I can borrow?
Hey, check this on Wikipedia. Apparently, they crashed this satellite into the moon. It was old and they didn't want to do anything with it and go and retrieve it or anything. But apparently, they flew a satellite straight at the moon and it rang like a bell for like 6 hours or some shit.
How could they tell? Where did they hear that from? Where do they hear it? Hey?
Hey, sensors, dude.
Sensors on the moon.
If you slam something into something hollow metallic, you're going to hear a noise. The thing is,
but isn't there no?
Well, is this the only? Oh, wait.
There's no noise in vacuum, though.
Wait, listen.
There's no noise in vacuum.
Time they hear a noise. Surely meteors and comets and everything else slam into the moon quite regularly. Why is the only time they hear the noise, the only time it's reported on Wikipedia and anything, when NASA says it slammed a satellite into it?
I'm wondering about these.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I do actually always try and look at both sides.
I'm wondering about these sensors. Now, what are these sensors, and where do these sensors come from? Do they, do they just part of another mission or something? What's these sensors? How can they tell? How can they hear stuff in vacuum? And sensors, like what are the sensors?
That's right.
That doesn't make sense.
I don't know. That's what I mean. How much of everything we've been told is fake?
Well,
rethink everything. How much of everything we've
but
been told is fake?
It's probably down to a vibration thing. If there's sensors, as you say, it's probably they pick up the vibration, and an ongoing reverberating vibration would be like ringing a bell. That's what ringing a bell is, a reverberation. So it's vibration. Yeah. Might not have been noise, but I'd like to know more about these.
Yeah, they said that. Look it up on Wikipedia.
I'd like to know how they can detect sound.
The number of hours.
So maybe they're detecting vibration. And that could be done from orbiting craft, couldn't it? Maybe. Yeah, maybe I've answered my own question. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Frank just said something funny on my chat.
Yeah. Oh.
Elon could change the name of Tesla. Could change the name of Twitter to Tesla Witter.
Tesla winner.
Yeah.
Maybe not. But yeah, we know, yeah, possible.
That's actually funny.
Well, mate, I'm going to wrap up the show because I've got to.
What, you sick of me already?
No, yeah, I want to go down the bowlo for a schooner. It's 4 o'clock, and it's a time schedule. Like I got a couple of hours. I got to go to bed. So it's either sit here and talk with you for a couple of hours, or go to the club and have a couple of schooners. Schooners are, no offence.
Talk with him for a couple of hours.
Yeah, well, no, but only for half an hour or so, and then come back home, make food, go to sleep, go to work, do it all again, and I'll be back again next week, folks, for number 16. I wonder if anyone's going to be watching this, how many views I'll get, but I'll find out. Doesn't matter anyway, because this is going to be an ongoing thing for hopefully years to come. At the moment, it's a bit dodgy here and there, like I've got a screen in the back, and sort of, eventually it's going to be a green screen, and we're all professional and everything, and well, actually next week, I'm going to have another shave. Maybe not, I don't know. But yeah, the beard's slowly coming off. So I've got down to a goatee today. First video, I had a big bushy thing, and now it's going to go down to nothing. Then then I'm going to stop shaving because I hate shaving. Any blokes out there, you know what I mean? Shaving is a chore. It's uncomfortable, and you cut yourself. I don't really like cutting myself. It's no fun. So anyway, it's time to wrap up. Enjoy your life, folks. And I might say goodbye to DK first and then fuck him off. Then I'll say goodbye to you guys. DK.
No fair then. Fuck you. All right, I'm out.
Mate, it's been a great to have you with us today, mate.
You can come find me on Twitch under DK Spiracy. That's where I stream. So you can come find me there. I have Discord under But What If. Telegram under But What If Chat. On Telegram it's an underscore between each word. I have a BitChute under DK Spiracy. I have Rumble and Odyssey under Drunk Hunt still because I couldn't change the names there. Yeah. So come check out some of the other shit that I do as well.
Yeah, this guy's a lot more.
I'll catch up, Amos.
Okay, mate.
I'll catch up, Amos. Cheers for having me on.
Cheers, mate. No worries, mate. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you later, mate. Bye. Out of there. Well, there we go. Another exciting conversation with DK. He's a bit of a challenge, but you've got to have challenging people in your life. He's got heart's in a good place, and he's check out his channels that he said sort of thing, because he's streaming something or other 24 hours live, and a lot of times you'll find things that you want to research, study, and maybe try and make your life a better life. Because, mate, you don't make your life better unless you do it yourself. It's all up to you. Everything you do, just try not to get exterminated. Good the throat. It's time for the train thing, guys. See if I can do it this time. Is that a lighter end of the tunnel? No! It's a train! Are you on it, under it, or clinging to the walls? Still needs work, I know, but I'll get there. I don't know what it's about. It just came up in my head one day, and there it was. Actually, the other day I woke up and I wrote a song. And I'm not going to sing it, don't worry, guys. It's up here somewhere. Yeah, I can't believe it. It's called Knock, 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 Knock. And one day I'm going to get some music to it and get someone to sing it. Maybe sing it myself. You never know. Yeah, I love karaoke. It doesn't mean I can sing. All right, guys. Merry Christmas. No. enjoy your life. Be good. Much love, no fear. Take it easy, guys.